Fans have been waiting for a few weeks for the return of our favorite One Chicago shows. They're coming back on April 6th. Not to worry. New episodes of Chicago PD, Chicago Med, and of course, Chicago Fire. And one of the stars here, Joe Minoso of Chicago Fire, joining us today. Thank you so much for your time today.
My pleasure, my friend. Thank you so much for having me.
Always so great to see you. Keep You Safe is the episode, or the name of the episode that's coming up. Tell us a little bit about that. The young boy that we got to meet in March is going to play a big role in this new episode.
Yes, that's true. I think in general, probably the biggest storyline to happen for Cruz and Chloe. I mean, really, since our wedding, we know that the baby has been there, and as much as we'd love to do more storylines with the baby, that's become difficult, especially now during the COVID world. But the great news behind that is that our writers have been creative enough to write in this new storyline where literally a young man falls into my arms and he ends up being someone that falls into our hearts, right? So right now we are currently giving him a place to stay while the foster organization figures out whether or not he has a family or relatives somewhere in the country. And Cruz and Chloe are definitely on the fence about that. They don't know if that's something that they want to happen or not, because I don't know if you saw the last episode, but this kid is very, very easy to fall in love with. The actor himself, Carlos, is just out of this world as an incredible person to act with. And so you're going to see the challenges that we face as we're trying to figure out whether or not we can just, let go of this kid when he finds out whether or not he's got family here in the States.
I mean, two questions about that. I mean, first of all, Cruz is always, so open-hearted, and we get to see his heart, since the beginning of that the series started. But do you think Chloe and Cruz having the baby open up their hearts a little bit more, especially, so soon after that, for the situation to happen?
Yeah, it's funny because, right, there's a really, really important line in the last episode where I say, I know that we don't have room here in this apartment for a 10-year-old, but I know we have room in our hearts, right? And I think that's like the key component to Cruz, right? Is like he is capable of endless capacity when it comes to how much heart he has to share. And whether or not Chloe is on board with that, man, I don't know if she's got a choice. I mean, the great news about Kristen, right? It's such a subtle, beautiful moment that she plays in that last episode, where I tell her, it's like, I think we need to kind of bring this kid in and give him a place to stay for a while. You can see her kind of go, oh God, no. Yeah, and it's like, but at the same time, you see that she connects with Cruz in such a real way that kind of capacity to love is something that both of them have now kind of grown into. And I mean, Kristen is just the greatest human being ever, and just so full of heart and such an incredible actor. And I'm so lucky to have her. I mean, it's like, the family just keeps growing in the Cruz household, and the actors just get better and better. Like, it's like, at this point, I'm the weak link. So talented, really.
No, don't say that. We love you on the show. One more quick question about that storyline, especially for Latin families, Latinx families. This is obviously a story that's close to their hearts, and you have the One Chicago fans, you have the Chicago Fire fans, but have you gotten a lot more, maybe fans who weren't watching the show initially, but once they saw the storyline, either told, maybe an aunt or a cousin or someone else to see, these new episodes?
Yeah, it's funny because there's a significant amount of Spanish that was spoken in the previous episode to Keep You Safe, and there is quite a bit of it as well in this episode coming up. And first of all, what a celebration and what a pleasure for me to be able to tap into that side of myself. Any opportunity, the writers, I've told them a million times over, I speak fluent Spanish. Any chance we get to explore that is welcome. We got to do a lot of it kind of in the first season with a couple of episodes when we were dealing with my brother, and now in dealing with this young boy who also barely speaks any English. And I just really celebrate the fact that they were so willing to take that kind of a risk with the hour, because at least a third, if not more, of the hour was in Spanish because of all the translating I had to do, and I do think that resonated with quite a few people. I definitely got a lot of buzz on Twitter, and I'm really excited to see what happens in the Latin market when they get to see it, like down in South America and like the Caribbean and stuff. Because I do think that you guys may not know this, but we have a very broad fan base outside of the United States, and in South America has a big component of that. And so I'm really excited that we get to kind of give something to them as well. It's really a joy.
That is amazing. I mean, the One Chicago fans are always so vocal on Instagram and on Twitter, and it's always nice, whenever we post one of these interviews, just to see all the love that the whole cast and all the shows get.
I agree, man. No, it's like, we have like such diehard fans who have been with us since the very beginning, and now we're streaming more, and we're syndicated more, and there are kind of all these new people just kind of showing up, and that's what a gift, a decade into a show, to be able to say that we're still bringing in new fans and have still managed to hold on to our shyhards. So yeah, we are, we're forever grateful, man. Like, it's like, this has been the journey of a lifetime for me, one that I hope doesn't end anytime soon. And that's all because of the fans. So thank you. Thank you
to the fans. Something else that we see in the promo for the new episode is what's going on between Hawkins and Violet. That might,
oh man, don't get me started on Hawkins and Violet. The Hakimi of it all is so hot right now. The fire is real. And who doesn't like a little relationship when you're gonna get in trouble, right? Like, it's like when you have the potential of like, we shouldn't be doing this. It just makes the relationship so much juicier. It's actually how me and my wife started. For like 6 months of our relationship, we had to hide it from everybody because we didn't want anybody getting involved in all of it. And it's like, so it was fun kind of sneaking around every once in a while.
And sneaking around because we get to see that, with Jimmy's character, obviously one of the new characters on Chicago Fire. What's it like working with him?
It's been great, man. It's funny because like especially the Ambo world can feel so segregated sometimes because they're off kind of doing their calls and we're off messing around doing whatever idiot stuff we're doing and then like going on our calls. So it's rare that, but when we get a chance to play with them, it's funny because I feel like in a lot of ways we've been super, super blessed with all of our kind of guest recurring regulars on the show this year. They've all been such a great asset to the show in terms of character. I say this about the guy playing Mason Locke as well. And I think they've all been a joy to work with. They've just been easy. Like, there are people who just fit into our show and recognize that we are all 12-year-olds ultimately and know how to kind of run with that flow, and there are others who maybe don't, and they find their way onto another show or working on the next thing. But no, we've been super blessed, and working with Hawkins. My God, I'm blanking on his name right now, and that's terrible. He's gonna kill me for that.
Jimmy Nicholas, Jimmy Nicholas.
He's gonna come at me for that. All I know is world-class poker player that I want to take down. That's the big thing. Like, I just like day one, I found out he's like insanely good at poker, and I'm like, I want to take him down.
And just a quick thing about him too is that he's also a Barry's instructor. He mainly teaches in New York, but I went to a Barry's
instructor.
Yeah, I went to one in Chicago, and he was my instructor. I was like, Chief Hawkins, like, it was a cool. When he comes to town to film, he'll end up filling in like 3 or 4 classes for that week, but it was cool to be in his class. It was like a surreal experience.
Well, now you know, Chicagoans, you've ruined that Barry class, just so you know. Like, it's like there are going to be just so many fans there just ready to take on that class.
We're ready to take on the class. And then and then final thing, quickly, the last 2 years we've been in lockdown. The cast really hasn't been able to get together. Obviously, this summer, Cubs games, Sox games, anything everyone's kind of looking forward to doing this summer together as a group.
That's a good question, man. No specific plans yet. There are some loose conversations about some barbecues here and there at some people's homes, but I think right now our main priority is to just finish this season. Like it has been a difficult run. Season 10 has been one of the hardest seasons to get down for a myriad of reasons. It's just been hard to kind of finish the thing out. So we're right now, I think we're just focused on getting it done, saving what energy we have to like say the words we have left, and then we'll focus on what comes after that. When
Awesome. Well, we'll chat about those summer plans, closer to the end of the season, because we started the season with you almost drowning. Now we've got this wonderful storyline. So this has been a big season for Cruz. So we're excited to see April 6th. The series returns. Obviously, all the One Chicago shows, Chicago Med, Chicago PD, and of course Chicago Fire, with all brand new episodes. And check out the new storyline here for Joe. And it was always a pleasure to chat with you.
Likewise, my friend, you have a wonderful day. And thank you to all of you out there for keeping us in business for a decade strong. You're the best.